In this video, I want to show how the T2FD antenna behaves on the entire HF spectrum. We're gonna sweep from 1.8 megahertz up to 30 megahertz and beyond. I want to try 6-meter band as well. This model I have is made from diamond. It's manufactured by Diamond. It's called Whiskey Delta 330. The overall length of this antenna is 25 meters. We're going to use the MFJ 269 analyzer, and we are not under the antenna, but there are 15 meters of coax cable. The cable I'm using is a Airtel 5 and is quite new cable. And the antenna is mounted in an inverted V shape with the on top of the house, with the apex in the middle, up about 16 meters from the ground. We are here on the first floor, and there's a mounting pole. Okay, let's start. This is 1.8. We're gonna go on impedance. Well, actually, I want to go into resonance mode. Okay, so here we have frequency, SWR reading. This is more accurate than this one. We have resistive part of the antenna and resonance. Overall impedance. Okay, let's start. I'm in resonance mode. I want to show this this way. Resonance mode. So here we have the frequency, obviously the SWR, and we also have SWR here, but this is more accurate. This is the resistive part of the antenna, and this is the reactive part of the antenna. So where the capacitive reactance and inductive reactance cancel each other out, we have the resonance on that particular frequency. So this will go to 0. Anyway, let's have a look. So we are here in the 160 meter band. You can tune the antenna here, but it's not gonna let you go over the air. It's not efficient at all. I tried myself. Let's go up until 4 megahertz. So we are approaching the 80 meter band. Okay, this is the beginning of the 80 meter band. We have 1.9, 27 with 7. So the overall impedance is the geometric sum of these two. And if we go up to the top edge, as it is here in my country, 1.8, so still usable without a tuner, but easily tunable with an internal tuners from radios. Okay, let's go now to, let's continue on the next segment. Well, let's start off from 4 megahertz, continue up. Well, this is not very interesting, I guess, but for example, if we go here around the 60 new 60 meter band, relatively new. We have 1.8, not too bad. And continuing on, you see here we drop down, we got a resonant frequency, but obviously the SWR is 1.6 because of the resistive part. And then we approach the 40 meter band, 7 megahertz. We have 1.021, very nice. And if we go up to 7.2, still 1.0, so very nice on 40 meter. And it do work. I mean, I made some contacts on 80 meter as well, but it's not very efficient. It's harder to make contacts on 80 meter. Whereas in 40 meter, it's easier. Okay, let's go on 30 meters. 10, 100, 1.2, and let's go up to, and we have to change band. Let's go up to 10.15. Yeah, 1.1, 1.2, so nice on 30 meters. Also, as you can see, as I sweep, the SWR never get very high. That's because of the resistive termination. 14 megahertz, so the beginning of 20 meter band. We've got 1.5, 32, and resonant, and if we go up to the end, still nice. Let's go on 17 meters. 18.068 or thereabout. 1.475. So you see you cover the 17 meters easily, and it works well on 17. I would say later I will talk about where I found the antenna working nicely. At the beginning of 50 meters, 52, and almost resonant 1.2. Oops. The end of the 50 meter band, still very nice. So it's, as you can see, we can use the antenna without the tuner so far. Just forget about the 160 because you're not gonna get over the air down there. 12 meters is the most critical band in terms of SWR. See, we reached 2.0 here, and 1.9 is a bit high. You want, maybe you want to tune with this with an internal tuner, or I mean if you're running QRP, it's fine. And then we go on 28, go on 10 meters from the beginning. We have a nice reading here, and up to 30. Let's go. So we covered the, the F-band, FM portion. Yeah, very nice. And I can say that I've used this antenna on 6 meters, obviously with the right openings. Okay, but I can tell you that I made nice contacts easily with nice reports. Again, when the conditions are good enough, but you don't need another antenna to have some fun on 6 meters, And that's it. Well, in my experience, the antenna works well on the higher bands. 10, 12, 15, and down to 20 meters. It works on 40 meters also, fairly good, On 80 meters, it's a bit harder, but you can still make contacts. Sometimes I compared this antenna with an end-fed, 20 meters long, so comparable to a half-wave dipole. So the end-fed is half-wave on 40 meter band. So on 40 meters and 20 meters, when I do compare the two antennas, there is no clear winner. I can say that most of the time the end-fed is better, but not always. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on where the signal is coming from how far, from which angle over the horizon, from which azimuth direction. So eventually depends on the antenna installation, you know. But you know, if you want one antenna, you are into receiving, and you want to install just one antenna, and you have a little bit of space, because you need a bit of space for this antenna, it's a fairly nice solution, I would say. The drawback is that at least this model I have, it works only with 100 watts basically. They say 150, I think, but yeah, basically 100 watts radios. You don't want to load much more power on the antenna. That's it. I hope this helped somebody interested in this antenna. Thank you, 73.